You're watching Dead End Gaming live, recorded live at Dead End Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm your host, Kenneth Biens. Joining me, as usual, Gilbert Godfrey of Dead End Hip Hop.
What? 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours, nigga. I'm too loud. What? Oh my
God. How y'all doing? That was for a very specific individual in these streets.
I hope none of y'all were listening like with
I'm sorry for all y'all.
Are deaf now.
I apologize to everybody else though.
4 of our viewers are dead now.
What's good, y'all?
Tyler.
What up? What up? What up, though?
Beezy.
Fuck third Tay. What up, though?
Eric V.
How's it going?
And in the background that you guys don't see, but you hear everybody talking to, Bloodbath. Apologies on the delay. We were trying a new setup. We just prior to talked about some things that could help improve that time. We're gonna look to you guys to help us support in those endeavors, but right now it's just me and Bloodbath running the production behind the scenes when it comes to getting this whole thing set up for you guys to watch live and enjoy. So we're working on improving the process and, trying to, as I say every week, increase the production of what we're doing and what we're contributing to this space. So thank you for subscribing, sharing. I think after the Resident Evil, we got a lot of subscribers, so we appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
That was dope. Thank you guys for coming on this journey. The recap for the Resident Evil 2 speedrun that we'll talk about in a second will be up. For those of you watching live, I'll try to have it up tonight. I got to find the audio, to be honest with you. I don't know what I did with it. But
you know why? Because we lost, right? I don't know what happened to that shit. Yeah. Oh, well. On to the next.
No, it was a good – we chopped it up real good after we had our match, so it was fun.
Yeah, I want you guys to really hear, like, the energy and enthusiasm they had, the high that they had coming off that. It's really dope. So it's around here somewhere, so I'll find it and get it out. It's only 20 minutes, so it won't take long to put together and release. So, but anyway, let's, I guess, talk about Thursday, man. That was Thursday, right?
Yeah, it was Thursday.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Thursday. Shout out to Cheesy Controller. Shout out to Chris, who was the victor of the speed run that we have been promoting. B, would you care to talk to the people?
Yeah, I mean, they already know. Discord, they already know.
Some know, some don't. Yeah, for those that missed it.
Those that missed it, yes, I took the L, and I take my L like a man. And I'm also was mad at myself because I made a small mental error that cost me the L, which happens. It happens in sports. It happens in anything else. You make an error, it might cost you an L, and it did. It cost me an L, and makes even more pissed off is the fact that I never forget that damn circuit, and I was what did it for me was normally when I do that clock tower puzzle, Mr. X is always around there, so like the area that I gotta go back to, he's always there, so I gotta wait for him. So he wasn't there. So when he wasn't there, I was like, oh, bet, I'm out. So I went out, did my thing, went down to the damn circuit. So I only had one of them. And that's when I think everybody saw my face. People who was watching live and whatever. Ken was like, man, I saw B-Face. And when I saw B-Face, I was so pissed. Like I was like almost this close to stop playing because I knew that mistake I made cost me the W because I was on pace to winning. I was on pace to beating this game under an hour because that was my main goal coming in before we was sitting down, before we was getting warmed up because I already knew what Chris time was. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm about to beat this shit under an hour. He ain't getting that. Like, I know for sure he's not getting that, and he didn't. And then what made it even worse was the fact that he died. I ain't even die in my damn run. I went flawless. I didn't lose at all. To make it even worse, he died. He died playing Mr. X, and what was funny, now I do remember this. I remember Granddad was like over there like, come on, Mr. X. Come on now, Mr. X.
Mr. X is my hero at the moment.
Come on, Mr. X. Come on, he about to kill him. Oh, what the hell? Like,
like real talk. I've played this game enough times to know how many times it takes Mr. X to kill you on that last level.
Yeah.
He got hit like 3 extra times. more than he should have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, somebody fucking up over there at Capcom.
Yeah.
With these algorithms. I don't know what the hell happened because that nigga should have died. Even Chris, y'all should have died like twice.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, but I mean, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
but even after talking with Chris when we shot the little recap, and when I told him what happened, he was kind of like, man. And I thought for a second he was gonna say, "You want to go run that back?" Because I swear to God,
he wasn't gonna say that. What you mean?
I swear to God, if he would have said that, Ken know me. Ken know I would have been like, "Hey, we about to go back up." And you know what? Y'all ain't even have to be there. It'd have been on some Rocky 3 shit. Remember at Rocky when he fought Apollo and it was no cameras and
jumped
shit?
by themselves.
I was like, "Look, I don't even care. Y'all can go home. Me and Chris about to have this rematch right now because I'm about to beat his ass." Like that's how I felt because I'm so competitive. And then how everybody was here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think what did is when I saw Tyler face. When I saw Tyler face after it was over, I was like, God, fuck. I don't know what is it about women, black women.
She was so disappointed.
Yeah, it's like
She left early and shit, y'all. She didn't want to be associated with us, niggas.
I don't
She
know
was like,
what
I'm
it is
out.
about black women. Like if my mother was disappointed, if my sister, it's something like my grandmother or my auntie. Like if I see a black woman disappointed in me, that shit just makes me it makes me mad and it makes me feel bad at the same. I'm like, damn.
You saw your ancestors in her
fucked up.
face.
Right.
That's
I know, like man,
Bro,
dog.
she got like 5%
Man.
of power on her phone and was out.
Man, I was just like, man, I ain't let Tyler down. I said, Jesus Christ. Like, if my sister was there or somebody else there looked disappointed, I'd have been mad as hell. That made it worse. So when I saw Tyler face, I was like, God damn. I'm like, everybody here, Tyler looking like, you no good motherfucker. Like, she had that look like, you no good mother. But I mean, I know she wasn't thinking that, but that's how I took it. I'm like, fuck, man, I ain't let everybody down up here. But you know what? All in all, it was very fun. Like I had a blast. I was surprised that Mike and FIFO came for one.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. And I'm surprised they literally stood behind me and watched like damn near the whole time. Like I was shocked that they was watching the whole damn game. But I guess they figured they was gonna see the entire game, so they're like, shit.
And they said they enjoyed, watching it.
Yeah,
too.
they did. They did. So that was dope, man. It was fun. Like I want to do it again because I'm gonna be like, look, Chris, we got to run this back because I need to win. I just need to win. That's how I am. Like I'll be like, we're not gonna, especially if a game that I know I'm good at, something that I know I'm good at, that I know that no one can beat me in. Like, okay, no, you won off of a mental error. I want to run this back so I can prove to everybody that I'm about to whoop your ass. So that's how I felt. But the better guy won that day. He got a faster time than I did, and that's all I can say.
Notice he said that day.
That day.
That day, yeah.
Honestly, I
These
think
words,
if you,
man.
Yeah.
I think if you wouldn't have made that mistake, y'all would have been like neck and y'all would have been probably seconds apart of finishing, like, because y'all were on
Probably,
track.
Yeah,
to
because
be-
the time that he beat, like the gap that he beat me was like the gap that I had to go all the way
Right.
back up, dodge all the enemies, get the circuit, come all the way back down, dodge all the enemies. And I'm like, fuck. So yeah, that messed it up, man. But
You
yeah,
probably
it would have been
won too,
tight.
because you didn't die at all. He
I didn't
did.
die at all,
So
no.
if you would if it would the same thing and you didn't mess that up, you would have won because he died
Yeah.
that one time. That would have been it.
I don't know how he died on
I don't
standard.
know. It was me. It was all me. Come on, I went
That's
over
what it
there.
was?
I went over there. I was talking that shit.
Teamwork.
I threw him off his game.
Because I'm like, man, it's so easy. Like I read I knew what Mr. X was about to do. I'm like, okay, I know he's getting ready to do. He's gonna jump at me. Yeah. He's gonna do this. He's gonna reach out. Okay, move. Whatever. Like I knew how to fight him. All I had to do was just save face, and then when he do his charge, hit him with my shotgun, stop him. The rocket launcher come down.
All right, B. You
know
giving
what
up
I'm
too much
saying?
of the goods.
Huh?
Giving up too much of the
What's
goods.
the goods? Ain't no goods. I mean, if we
It's all bad right now.
I mean, we play again. Yeah, man. No, okay.
You can't be telling people your whole strategy, like, cause he'll be at home for the rematch, like writing this down, like, okay.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Then he's going,
No,
He's
he's not gonna listen. If he died against him on standard, he ain't gonna. No.
Scenario B next time.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, y'all
that'd
gotta
be
switch
dope.
scenarios next
Yeah,
time.
that'd be dope. We
Yeah,
can
so
do scenario B.
Yeah.
That'd be dope if he be down. If
you
I'm
really
down,
about it.
I'm
I know
down.
you
See,
about it.
when we was talking about it, he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of Resident Evil out." But I'm on the other hand, I'm like, "Look, you just named the rematch. I'm there. We can set this shit up." So I'm competitive. I don't care what nobody say.
Man.
Y'all don't know me, huh?
All I know is when I saw when it happened. And when I saw B-Face, y'all, I just turned around and came in the back.
He was the first one out.
Kid turned around this time, right? He said right where Megan was sitting there, man. He said right down that seat. Yeah,
Because I already knew, because we have the same amount of competitiveness, and I knew. I just placed myself in his spot at that moment, and I was like, I just knew how pissed he was. Yeah. I knew how pissed he was, and then everybody left the brother. Kevin was there for half of the thing. As soon as B started losing, Kevin left him. Everybody was back there with me. So we were like, man, let's go show the brothers some support.
Man,
and we
I came to
back
Kim.
in.
I stayed there the whole
She
time.
sure did.
I think
Yeah.
she's yeah.
Woman, ride or die.
I know, kid. Black.
I'm telling
woman.
you.
Once
right.
it was all said and done, I said,
Right.
I'm gone.
Right.
I gotta get out of here. Like, I stuck by you for as long as I could. You lost, nigga. I gotta go.
Yo, I came to Kim like a family
shit.
member died, man. I was like, yo, you heard the news out there?
Because I was
Oh,
watching
man.
it here. So I was watching it. I was editing and then, you know, when I was exporting, I'll occasionally go back and just watch. And I'm just like, I'm hoping
He
and
saw my
listening
face. He saw my
for
E-Price
somebody
on
to
my
make a mistake. This was after you messed up. So I was still in
Okay.
there watching the stream. But I was just, because I couldn't see where he was at. So I was like, man, I don't even know what's going on his side yet. And I wasn't about to switch to his side to see what they were doing. Because originally it was set up to where you can watch both at the same time. So, so I can only see B. And I was just trying to listen for like something, some cussing or something.
Fuck.
Yeah, something. Nothing happened. So, but yeah, you know, we got a little aggressive towards the end of the show. Well, at least, you know, me and Mike did. Because Anton kept bringing his ass over there to try to look and see what was going on.
You still playing? I'm like, nigga.
Yeah, we had to make sure, like, bro, you stay over there. Don't bring your ass back over here anymore. You know, until this thing is over with.
That is hilarious when y'all
Hey,
tell me
man,
this shit.
we had to regulate, man. We had to regulate,
That
man.
is so funny.
We
Oh
had to
my
squad
God.
up.
That was so funny, man.
Regulators,
Exactly.
mount up.
Exactly. You know, we had your back, man. Win or loss, we had your back. So
That's what's up.
that was it.
Sad, though, dog. You one of my heroes, man. And I just saw your face. I'm not saying like you disappointed
I
me.
know,
That's not what I
know,
mean. But
I know.
just to see you like
My face, how
your
angry I was.
spirits just
Yeah.
gone. They in the chat, they was like, "Damn, the sheen going out of BZ head." I was like,
His head ain't shining like it used
"Yeah,
to.
that's like I said." Yo,
Like,
I
man.
felt so bad. I'm like, man,
but yeah.
BZ ain't do shit to nobody, man.
Yeah.
Got my man up here sad, man.
Like, and
was hurt.
it's like you don't know what to say in that situation because ain't nothing you can really say. You just got to sit there and just watch it happen. And I'm like, damn, man. It's like, ain't nothing I can do to kind of like say, you know, I try to be like that supportive, like, oh, you got this. But in my back of my mind, I'm like, oh, nigga, we need a miracle. I was like, we need like that. So I was like, what can I do to fuck this up for them over there? I was like, without breaking the rules. Then I saw where they was at. I was like, damn, they far ahead. So every boss battle, I was like, okay. Because by the time I got over there and Chris was doing boss battle, he was speeding through them shits. So when he was like kind of struggling with Mr. X, I was like, all right, let me try to get in his head a little bit. And it worked the first time, and it would have worked the second time. But they was on some bullshit at Resident Evil. Like, I don't know, he had like a special copy or some shit where you get
We
5
hit
extra
so
hits
many
and
times
shit.
and then
I don't know what he
They
got,
did bring
but
their own PS3, man. I mean,
Yeah,
their
they
own
probably
PS4,
modded that
you know?
shit. You know.
Make some adjustments.
he's like, you can get 3 extra hits on Mr. X with this special code. I'm like, nigga.
So yeah, it was fun. It was a good
Yeah.
time. The whole chat room turned against Mean Mugger.
I know, man.
Towards the end.
Because
Why
nobody
was
can
it
turn
niggas'
against
fault?
you.
Why
man.
did they
That's
turn
why.
against
They
you?
needed a villain.
They need a
So-
scapegoat or something?
Yeah,
You
pretty
know
much.
why.
What?
But we ain't gonna revisit that.
Yeah, we know why. You everybody knows why. You got shat on.
Nah, they don't know.
You know.
Is this true, Tyler? Do you know why?
Ain't nothing
I
happened.
know why.
She just sitting there
Everybody know
smiling.
why.
She just sitting there smiling.
There's
My
nothing
name is
that
Paul, and this is between y'all.
They just, you know.
But then the
Because
jokes
you can't
were
make fun of
hilarious.
B, man. Because, like I
They
said,
did, though.
Nah, they really, not like that.
I mean, B was pissed.
I know.
So, I mean, you know, you only get one shot. I was gonna rap the song.
I was not going to finish that shit. I just started looking at him.
I was like, "Come on, somebody,
do it or not.
come on!" I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
"No."
That's funny.
Hell no.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We appreciate everybody coming out, and we are going to do more, and we may open it up to the public. So stay tuned and for the announcement. So yeah. So that's it, man. Let's jump into what we have been playing this past week. Tyler, what you got?
Apex, of course, per usual, still doing my shooting drills. I've kind of fallen off a little bit in the past couple of days. I haven't been quite as consistent as I would like to be, but I'm really trying to, like I said, like I used to play the piano for like 11 years, and I always practice like every single day pretty much for like 30 minutes. And so I'm kind of trying to introduce that into my Apex like shooting drills shit. So I'm serious about this. I also started We Happy Few the other day, which I actually really like so far. I haven't really made it that far into it. I think I streamed for maybe like 2 hours. So I'm like 2 hours into the game. And of course, there's always the just like basic shit you have to do when you start any new game of kind of like learning the buttons and learning the mechanics of how you heal yourself or if you regen health, like all that kind of stuff. So I'm still in the very early phases, but I really like the idea behind it and what they're doing. And I don't know, like a lot of y'all were in my stream for this. Like, so basically on We Happy Few, everybody's taking this drug called Joy to basically make them forget about their past and keep them happy. And if you stop taking the drug, then people start attacking you, right? So they give you the option at the beginning of the game. You see something that bothers you and they give you the option. Should you take your Joy or should you try to remember? And so I just wanted to see what happened. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to take my Joy. And they literally like rolled the credits. Like, no, that shit was hilarious. Like they rolled the credits. It took me a second to figure out that that's what was actually happening too, because I figured, like, I knew that in order for the story to progress, I was gonna have to not take the drug. So I assumed that they were gonna just give me another opportunity to not take it, like I was gonna go through a couple more stories, and then they were gonna give me the option to take it again. Like, no, they were like, okay, cool, like roll credits, and like the music came on, and I was sitting there for a couple minutes, and it started being like, programming designer or like shit like that. I was like, wait a second, these are the motherfucking credits. I thought that was so funny. I laughed for like 10 minutes about that. But yeah, like even stuff like that kind of makes me like the game even more. So it's cool so far. I'm looking forward to spending some more time with it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm also gonna be doing a Jackbox stream on Sunday. So, like, those of y'all that have been coming out, please feel free to come back again. I'm going to have, like, Jackbox Party 5 this time. So, in addition to the games we were already playing that you all have been enjoying, there will be two or three more as well. So,
my turn? Of course. 1,000 hours. Always. Elite status. Big time. But mostly this weekend, that Mortal Kombat 11 beta dropped, y'all. So, that was my weekend for the most part. I was rocking with Cabal. I did put out a video on our YouTube channel of some Cabal gameplay. Yeah. I was killing niggas. W after W. It ain't safe in these streets. It really ain't. Wait till that game comes out.
How many players did they have for this beta?
It didn't say how many players, but it was pretty much open to everybody who pre-ordered the game. So if you pre-order the game, then you have access to the beta.
Did you mean players or characters?
Players or actual.
I'm sorry, characters. Yeah.
Oh, how many characters?
Yeah,
so this
how many
time,
characters did they have?
you could play as Cabal, Scorpion, Jade, Baraka.
Oh, they got Jay back.
And Jay's back in the game. And then also, who else? I think it was somebody else too. Cabal, Scorpion, Baraka, Jade, and Scarlet. So yeah, Scarlet.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I was playing with Cabal, kind of getting my bearings with Cabal, and he crazy good. Got my mix-ups and stuff. Clocked in a little bit over 320 wins in a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm serious about mine, and I only got about. I got about So and the game is just amazing. It gets better and better every time I play it. It's just like they tweak things here and there every time that they from the last stress test beta to now. I've learned like the defensive moves and how to kind of counter things, and just how the game just runs so smooth and seamlessly, a lot more than the original time I played it in LA. And they're still gonna do some more patches before the game comes out, so they're gonna work on some other things. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. But so if anybody want to see me in Mortal Kombat 11, you know where to find me in them streets.
How many hours? 9.
How many hours in Mortal Kombat?
9 hours.
Nah, man, it was more than that. Bruh, I told you, that was 300 wins. I think I did about a total of almost 500 matches in a weekend. I was getting it in, like, straight up. Like, I was like, yo, because I only got 3 days. I got 3 days to get good. I got 3 days to get good. So I was like, shit, that's what it is. So
yeah, because tournaments is going to be coming up.
Yeah, I got to get ready, y'all. Just in case y'all need me to fuck somebody up, I got to be ready. Like, now it's 3 weeks of, like, drought. I got to wait. So I had to make sure that my skills was up there. So when I get back on, it clicks in. So that's pretty much it.
Wasn't there a story that you guys were talking about earlier?
Mortal Kombat.
For Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, yes, last night, man. Talking about last night.
At Controller.
At Controller Rise, we were playing Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. And I don't know why you had me cracking up, but Eric was dying laughing because I was whooping his ass in Mortal Kombat. I've never seen no one laugh so willingly just because they was losing.
It's not because I was losing. It's because BZ literally remembers all of the fatalities.
That was my
from
game.
A game that came out in 1991.
BZpedia.
And I'm talking about the first Mortal Kombat. I was, and that's why I was like, yeah, you really the BZpedia. You out here doing all the fatalities.
I still know Scorpion's fatality in Mortal Kombat 1.
It was still something I couldn't get because I was like, wait a minute, I know this. And Eric was just
That shit was
cracking
hilarious.
up.
I was just expecting, walk up, uppercut, whatever. But I'm telling you, B remembers the fuck out of this game.
Because I used to run this shit in the arcades.
I believe you.
I used to, I'd be in arcades, it'd be like, who got next? And they put their quarter up. Bam, 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 bam.
There you go.
You know, Ken, they put their quarter up. Who got next? Bam, bam, bam. Finish him. Bam. Who got their next? Bam. The first 3 Mortal Kombat, I was flawless in that shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Speaking of flawless, I almost double flawless. Bloodbath.
You got 2 on them, but not in a row.
Not
it was
in a row, yeah.
Almost flawless and
It
then
was
another flawless.
Another flawless. He hit me with a quick little sweep. I'm like, damn. Yeah.
Like, you ain't getting a flawless on me twice.
But yeah, man. Yeah, that was so fun. Eric was just dying laughing in tears.
Because I'm like, all right, he ain't going to do a fatality with this one.
I did a
Cut
fatality.
into the pit. I'm like,
He was like, I'm like, damn.
that shit is funny,
And he just
man.
started making me laugh. You know,
That
when
shit
people
is
be
funny.
laughing, they just make you laugh. I'm like,
That shit is funny,
dude,
man.
what
I'm
is
like-
so funny,
Like,
Eric?
you're not supposed to remember this shit.
You're like, how you remember all these finishing moves?
Tell me one, so I know like the format of them. Like, tell me Scorpions, for instance.
Scorpion is block up.
Okay.
On Mortal Kombat 1 is block up. On Mortal Kombat 2 is block. You got a whole high punch and it's up.
Easypedia.
What?
You're like, how you remember that shit for? Like,
And then Scorpions is you hold low punch is forward down forward and he take your skull up, bam. And then Radiance is you gotta be at like a foot sweep distance down forward and he do the little. Like I know that shit, man. Look, I know that game. I'm telling you, I can still play that old Mortal Kombat and whoop some ass. I'm telling you. And if I play Katana, oh yeah, you saw it.
Yeah.
Every time you jumping, I was catching your ass in the air like. Every time I'm like, yeah, I wait for you to jump. Kevin was smart. He didn't jump though when he played with Jax, cause I was like, boy, if you jump, I'm gonna get your ass. With the fans, I'm telling you, I ain't no joke. And then Shang Tsung, that's my favorite.
yeah.
I hit you with them 3 skulls, you ain't moving.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like
I was
throwing
hitting with the 3
fireballs back to
skulls.
back.
Yep. It was like pow, 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 pow. He tried to
do something else.
Pow, pow, pow. Yep. Yeah, man.
That's
what
how I
I
am with
thought
Shiva.
about,
Like I do my whole like down, up, like
And
jump
then
and
she
fall
come-
from the sky.
man,
I'm like
man.
obnoxious as fuck when I play people with Shiva. So,
Really?
yeah.
Okay, I gotta play you. I gotta play you in that.
Yeah. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram because that's where I uploaded some of the stories or whatever of BZ kicking Kev's ass. I couldn't record me getting my ass whooped because I was, getting my ass whooped. But yeah, man, that was a good night.
Did did y'all win any games in?
Again, in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Hell no. I whooped some ass in
won
Capcom
against
versus
who?
SNK2.
Wait, so wait.
Oh,
Hold on, fact check. Facts only. What was that?
right.
He said you went against who?
Wait, let me be more specific. Did anybody beat B?
No.
Out of you two?
No.
Okay.
I got 1 round, but
That don't count.
Wait, you just got a round? That's it?
Why you even bring that
Just
shit up?
one round?
I got a round.
Let me tell you something, Ken. I wasn't fucking around, okay?
I mean, you should have left that out.
I was waiting for somebody else to grab the sticks, but I'm like,
See,
who
I'm
else
mad,
gonna test me?
I'm
in
mad
this
I
game?
didn't show up yesterday because if I know it would have been good.
I barely hit the man. Like, but Mortal Kombat's not my game. So he had me from start.
Ken like, all right.
All right,
That's how
whatever
he
you
looking.
say.
He looking like, all right.
Yeah.
Still lost.
I saw actually like 2 days ago was the 24-year anniversary of Mortal Kombat 3 coming out. I saw that on Twitter. And I
I
was
am
like,
old,
that's
man.
exactly what I said. I was like, I am old
I am
as
so
hell.
old.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw you tweet that. Yeah.
I've only played Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and not the original Mortal Kombat 3. I know people were upset because it didn't have like Scorpion and some other people in that shit.
Yeah.
Well, it also depended like whether you played it in arcade or whether you played it on console. Because like for example, on Nintendo 64, which I had it on, it was called Mortal Kombat Trilogy, but it was still basically the same game with the same characters.
Yep.
And then like the arcade version, for example, would be like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Because I used to do both. Like that around that time, like I played so much Mortal Kombat, like that was my shit for real. Like I would just spend all my time in the arcade, like playing that pretty much.
I was the
Seriously,
same
did you ever
way.
used to go to the Butterfly?
Yes, I used to go to the Butterfly all the
Yes,
time.
that's what I was about to say. I would go to the
was the
Butterfly.
spot. The Butterfly had the go-kart up in there and everything too. Hell yeah, you know about the Butterfly.
Yes, I would be up in the Butterfly
on
playing
John
Mortal
R.
Kombat 3 like
On the east
all
side.
the time.
On the east side up there on John R. I remember the Butterfly. I wonder if that's still open. I wonder if the
I'm
Butterfly's still
gonna
open.
look it up.
I am. Damn. Sorry, it's the inside of Detroit thing. Sorry, y'all.
Continuing on. Shout out to the DP.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, shout out to the deep end. We got the sad news that venue is going to be closing. I guess is the entire venue closing?
I
just think he's not gonna have that.
I just think
yeah.
press start is not going to be
Yeah.
it anymore.
Yeah.
They
Control
kicked them
Rouse is
niggas out,
leaving.
which is pretty much it. But it's sad though, because it was fun. I mean, I loved the environment. They had a lot of cool people always came through, and games was always great. Music was always great. It was a cool spot to do on Monday nights. So, I mean, hopefully they find another venue and they can continue it, and keep it going, because there's not many places in Atlanta where you can go and just have this gaming community come together and on a late night scene and really just be able to just kick back and have fun. So
Yeah. And
shout out to Press Start.
while we on that subject, shout out to Kay and her tournament last week. I don't think we talked about it. Oh yeah, because we did it that night. But yeah, shout out to Kay. They did the Tekken tournament, Sugar Cube Games. It was fun. It was fun to be there and watch. Cheesy Boys were in attendance there as well.
Why you didn't play? I thought you was a big Tekken. It's Tekken 7, right?
Yeah, I mean I like Tekken, but I'm not.
Because he trash.
I thought you was pretty good. I thought you were pretty good
I'm
at
straight
Tekken.
at it.
Oh, okay.
I'm good at it like I'm good at Street Fighter.
Okay.
It was just like
I think you better at Street Fighter than Tekken. So if you about to equal, you consider them equal. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, because Eric was on that Street Fighter, man. It was one dude that hold his controller like,
Oh,
it was so weird. Like
he was holding
yeah.
that shit weird as fuck.
Yeah, it was. But I thought he was about to whoop Eric out. I'm like, ooh, Eric, you about to get that business, buddy.
That's
then-
exactly what I told him.
But when he came down and Eric whooped his ass, I said, man, Eric good at
We hold our controllers like
Like
this.
that.
Yeah, like.
He held his shit
held
like
his
this
shit
right
like
here.
that.
Oh, I've seen
You
people do
play
that
with these
before.
fingers.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, all right, Eric, I think you about to get your ass whooped.
Me too.
But
Me too.
But when he played and I saw Eric was whooping his ass.
So
I
I'm
said,
like,
damn.
all right.
I like Eric good at Street Fighter, man.
See,
about
they
to
be
go
doing
in
that
fight or flight.
sometimes as an intimidation factor, though. They be like, yeah, I'm going to hold it this way because they going to think I'm doing some special shit. And, nah.
I mean, it was intimidating, but it
Yeah, 'cause
made
you like,
me
yo, why you
react in a
holding
way
like that?
that wasn't
Because then you
conducive
thinking maybe
to
I'm
him.
doing something wrong. Like, well, maybe I've been living wrong. Maybe I ain't got to hold,
And then, like, after the third time I beat him, he put the shit, like, on the table.
On the table, yeah.
He was, like,
Yep.
He was leaning
Yep.
over.
He was
and
leaning
I could
over.
see him in my peripheral,
Yep.
like.
Yep.
I was
And
like,
nigga,
Eric
just hold it.
still whipped his ass though.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
just
know
grab
it
it
was,
like
Ken,
a regular
it was so
motherfucker.
weird, man.
That is weird.
It was so weird, but shout out to Eric for whooping his ass still. So I'm glad you still got the
gotta
W.
whoop his ass.
Disrespecting the controllers.
Oh, man.
God dang.
Wow, that's what's up.
Oh, man. Yeah, continuing on, man. What I've been playing. Apex Legends, I played that the other night. I haven't played it in a long-ass time.
What you think of it?
I feel like I was more trash than I've ever been that night, yo. Like, I don't even want to play the bitch again. Like, I will play it again, but I was just like, I'm gonna go back to some other shit. But no, I did not enjoy myself at all. I spent a lot of time, wandering around. What am I doing? Picking up guns. Then I'm dead. Then you gotta wait. You recycle it. I only played 2 games. It was late as shit. Played some Forza Horizon 4. Had a great ass time. Downloaded. They put my Evo in that bitch. Real excited. Was playing that. Y'all gonna see that a lot on Twitch. I'm gonna be playing the fuck out of that. Playing some dope ass music. Old School Saturday. TMNT 4, Turtles in Time. One of the best Super Nintendo games. One of the best beat 'em ups of all time. Beat that shit on hard mode. Super dope. And I finally beat Persona 5.
About damn
I
time.
saw that.
The chapter is closed.
About damn time. Okay.
It was a
Glad
great,
you finished that damn game.
It was a great ride, B.
No,
a
it
great
was
ride.
not. That
It
was the
fun.
worst damn
It
ride
was-
in life.
I laughed.
Shut
I
that
cried.
ride down forever.
Yeah, shut that shit down.
With chains on the door. Don't even look at it.
Don't
It was-
don't open that. Don't play that game no more.
It was great.
Okay.
I forgot. I did play one trash game, Division 2. I forgot.
Ah,
I
very
forgot.
funny.
No, I'm just
Very funny. Very funny.
but yeah, I played Division 2 for the first time with BZ on the official version. We played on the beta a few times, but we never really got our clocks.
Yeah, and that
linked
bullshit
up.
discard thing you had me doing yesterday.
You know, the show had to go on, but I got it settled next time. So next time
and you
we
finally
play,
joined the clan, the Daddy
Finally,
Gaming Clan.
yeah.
So we 12 deep in there now.
we just got to get Willie. You in there yet?
I
No,
gotta
right?
get back to speed. Sorry, Mortal Kombat took over my life. So
Yeah.
every time I want to play Division, Mortal Kombat, just like, yo, what about this beta though? So now that it's
what
done,
about this weekend?
So this weekend ain't nothing coming out, so I can do Division. So I'm gonna try to this week. I'm gonna try to get my level up as much as I can, and then this weekend I'll swing through.
Knowing you flying to Saudi Arabia this weekend or some shit. You always be somewhere.
Don't be hating on my job, nigga, because
I'll
I
be
be
out
on
there.
places. Nigga, I'll be on the planes. I'll be doing that. So. No, I don't think I'm going nowhere this weekend, so I think I'm good. So.
Weird.
What was I playing? I played, of course, got some 2K in, 18, not 19. I just can't let it go. I got a really good team on there, man. It's annoying. That's why they need to do like Major League Baseball and allow me to save and move my franchise over to the newer version. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why they won't do this. It's just makes so much sense. But I did that last night. I think Saturday I had some free time before I had to come in here. And I played Batman's Return to Arkham Asylum. Did a challenge mode in there for a little bit. And then before that, no, that was last night. Saturday, I played Mad Max. Well, I didn't play. Miles ended up playing, my 4-year-old. Yeah, because I think he turned on the PS4, and I was like, oh, you know what? I got some time to kill. Let me go in here and just kind of kick it with him because I'm never there. So I had him play Mad Max, and it was cool, man. It was a nice, fun, brainless, run around, driving, beating people up, doing shit game. But I just kind of sat there and supervised and just watched him play. And shout out to Dioja, man, for tweeting out some of the clips. You can see him on my Twitter of him just driving around, yelling and stuff like that. The people seem to enjoy it. And I know it was one moment where we had to go get a body for the car. And you know, you had to run around to do a zip line to the other side, and then all those little weird creatures came out and started to kind of attack him, and they whooped his ass. And he got mad and turned around. I can't do it. And he started to the warden eyes. I was like, "Don't you do it?"
Not on camera. Not on camera.
You are my son. Don't you do it?
I was like, no, you can get him. You can get him. So, and then the next time he whooped their ass. He whooped their ass. So, and it was like, yeah, I did it. I said, I told you. So you handle that business. Now get your ass out of there because the shit about to blow up. But man, like, there was one part where you had to go get fuel for the car, and they have a gas container. He was bringing it over, and he kept blowing up the damn fuel can next to the car, blowing up every goddamn thing. Man, that shit started to piss me off so goddamn much. I was like, stop right there. No, stop right there. Press square. And every time he would light that bitch on fire, and the whole that goddamn car would explode. And that shit was pissing me off. So don't look to me for good parenting skills when it comes to games. But yeah, that was it, man. Just kind of wanted to. It's been sitting on. It's one of those PS free games on PS4 Plus, and they have been sitting there for like a minute. So I was like, man, see what this is, or I need to know whether I need to keep it or get rid of it. But it was fun. I kind of liked it, so it's cool. What about you, B?
Besides the Resident Evil 2 run, Division, pretty much I'm at this point now where I'm just waiting for the raid. I've completed all of the strongholds in the Black Tusk map. I completed all the missions, so now I'm building up my skill tree. I got my skill tree maxed out for my survivalists, and now I'm working on my demolition skill tree, and then I'm gonna do the sharpshooter last. But my perks, my setup, and my loadouts that I have for my skill tree for my survivalists and my demolition is pretty maxed out. What else? Yeah, I'm just waiting on. I mean, I'm getting my crew together. Cause you got to be 8 people to play to do this raid, and you got to have a gear score of 425. My gear score is 457, and yeah, I'm putting in work. Just been putting in number work on that bad boy, and my clan ready. We ready for Friday, cause this Friday is the title based and raid, and I'm tier 4, which they're gonna have tier 5, and which means my gear score can go up to 500 plus. So I'm gonna work on those tier 5 stuff, and yeah, I'm kicking ass, man. Me and my dead end gaming squad on Division 2 is kicking ass. So that's it. That's all I've been playing.
Man, you make me want to go out and buy this game, man.
I mean, it's the shit.
I know it is.
It's
I would get it if I just. Well, you know what? I may have more time in April. One of my clients will be recording. I won't be recording as frequently, and May is still kind of open. But I do have an announcement. Last of Us, you guys have been asking for it. I will be playing that in April, probably on Saturdays, and I would do it on the Dead End Video Games Twitch channel.
Okay.
Not gonna do it on my channel. I'm gonna do it there for the people. For the people, and
have your camera on and make sure you talk to him.
yeah, I'm probably gonna.
Yeah, like, let's say something. Say something back.
Say something back.
I do talk to the people.
Man,
Yeah,
that chat be lit up. And
What's
I'm
up,
like,
Ken? You like?
right.
Sit down.
I be like, damn. I be looking like Ken. Talk to the people. I think the best person is Tyler. She is the best. Sometimes Tyler talks so much. I be like, who are you talking? Oh yeah, you're talking to the people. She talks so much, but it's so dope though. I mean, she be like really engaging, like with the
I
people.
talk to the. Sometimes my headset don't be working.
You was horrible at talking to the people. Oh my
Sometimes
god.
my headset, man. I have to go get Kendall to come fix
Oh my god. I'm like, Ken, the people are in there talking to you, man. Talk to the people. They love it. They love when you interact. Now, of course, while we on that subject, my bad, folks, if I don't talk to y'all when I stream my Division 2, because I be having other
Nah,
people.
you can't do that.
No. It's like, what you mean I can't do that?
You can't do that.
Do what?
You can't shit on Ken for not talking and be like, yo,
I know,
I
but
don't
it's,
talk,
but it's a good reason, and people know I talk to him while I'm streaming. But sometimes it be a team of 4. We be on there talking like, hey, look, something coming up, blah,
Team
blah,
better
blah,
deal with
or
that
whatever.
shit.
So I don't want to be like talking, and they be like, who you talking to, B? Oh yeah, I'm just
like,
talking
nigga, you
to-
know who I'm talking to. I'm
You know,
entertaining right now.
Yeah, when we focusing on the game, it ain't no. I can't really be chatting with the people. They can just watch. But I tell them, I'm like, look, y'all, I'm sorry, I can't talk to y'all. I got my team in the ear, so they understand. It's a good reason.
Y'all understand out there? Hit us up on Twitter.
Well, I'll probably do it here. So I'll have the PS4 camera and a microphone on. So, you know, I'll talk to the people. I
All
do
right.
talk to the people.
I
They
do
just
want to watch.
can't hear me.
Yeah, it lets me know when you go live. So I'm gonna watch your Last of Us stream.
Yeah, I'm going to do
'Cause
that.
I still remember that game too.
Oh, and for those of
Watch him
you.
give all the tips. Oh, you missed this.
I still remember that game vividly, man. I remember parts. So
And for those of you out there, if anybody has The Walking Dead, mail it to Dead End Studios so I can play it per the request of Eric V.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you. If you got a spare PS4, go ahead and mail that to Dead End Studios 2 in Atlanta. Just look that up. Yeah, I need another PS4 but you know.
I think Anton got like 13.
He might. He was trying to sell me the PS VR. Yeah, but I'm gonna holler at him. Maybe one of them got a spare one that I can use. Cause I get tired of Miles getting on my console and playing all my games. I come back and I'm in another spot that I don't remember I'm at. So it's getting annoying. But anyway, man, that's gonna do it for the games that we've been playing. So we're gonna jump into the news.
One question, Ken.
Sure.
The people want to know if you're going to be in the 2K tournament.
I wasn't invited.
Ooh.
ooh.
Just put that out there. I wasn't invited, so.
But yeah, I don't think I would have been able to play anyway. So, because whenever they playing up here, I don't ever pick up a stick and play. So, but I would have liked to have played, but I don't think I would have had time.
They didn't invite you.
Yeah.
Bob
And nobody
said,
asked.
he said, I can't wait to see Ken stream Last of Us. All that talk about not crying because of video games is about to be tested.
He ain't going to cry.
Ken ain't gonna cry. Ken gonna make fun of everything in that game.
That's funny, man.
Man, why you crying? Just because they died, you crying. Get your ass up. Come on, we got shit to do.
Drake is entering into the gaming space, sort of. He is becoming an investor in eSports, the Players Lounge. I think that's in New York. And I think they started in New York and then eventually expanded to Toronto. So he's making his move into eSports, which probably means eSports is about to collapse.
I did not see that
That's
coming.
messed
I
up.
did not.
I know he threw that in there smooth, didn't he?
But yeah, man, I thought this was interesting. And I think, like, I don't know how much Drake has gained. I just know that he and Ninja played Fortnite. So Fortnite may have been, his thing. It seemed to be a lot of people's thing, especially basketball players are playing it, like the younger ones, the ones that are in their 20s, coming fresh out of college. They play a lot of the Fortnite games, which help propel it, of course. to the stardom that is at now. But I just found it interesting that he's making a move in this space now. But I think it also shows like how popular esports has become, and the fact that it's also officially recognized as a sport in a competitive league. What do you guys think about this whole thing?
Well, I saw recently that Snoop had started streaming on a regular. Did any of y'all see or hear about that?
No.
I think I have heard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to me to see like all of these like rappers starting to move into doing video game related stuff. Now y'all already know how I feel about Soulja Boy and like, huh? No, see, he's clown shoes as far as I'm concerned. But like to the people that are doing this a little bit more seriously, like Snoop moving into streaming or like Drake moving into like esports, like betting and stuff like that. It's an interesting shift to me that I don't really know fully how to wrap my mind around, but it seems to be a trend.
Yeah, I don't know much about Snoop's gaming history. I know Ice-T is a gamer, like a real like hardcore gamer.
He played Division 2.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
He was counting down just like I would. Like when it was coming out, he was like, "Oh, I got Division 2. Don't bother me for some days." Like, yeah,
Yeah, like he in it for real, for real. I don't know about Snoop. I do know like black folks, we play games. Like we did play games when we were growing up. So it just wasn't something that was known. It was kind of something that happened like in the hood or in college or whatever. Mostly Madden, sports game, the Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, shit like that. So I think because we're not typically known as gamers, and rappers typically had to, especially back then, kind of maintain a certain image, you wouldn't associate them with being gamers back in the day. So I think it's kind of cool that we live in a world now where they can kind of drop some of those personas that they have,
right,
and be like, yo, yeah, I play this shit. So I don't know.
I remember the game used to play heavy. That might be where he got his name from. The rapper, the game.
Yeah,
from,
yeah, I
like,
know.
playing
Yeah.
video games. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I think everybody's migrating to it because simply that's where the money is. It's $1 billion industry. Like you got video games, the top of entertainment, and you got hip hop, the top of music. So it only makes sense that they would cross over and get some profits off of that.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time because, gaming, like I've always known like a lot of course, black folk, of course, always game, but I always knew like a lot of, rappers and stuff like that, even though they didn't put it out in the mainstream because there was no esports years ago. There was no like mainstream attention. Everybody still like clowned people who play video games, or they didn't say, oh, you play games professionally, that's not a real sport, that's not a real job or whatever it is. So now that you got Twitch and you got all these people who are making a living do playing video games, and the amount of popularity it's just garnered, I think like Eric was saying, it just gives more of a reason for these entertainers who already have a platform to just shift over into that, because they probably have always been gamers, but now because it's cool and now it's in, and they can parlay that into some kind of deal financially for themselves, probably. Of course Snoop's gonna start streaming, or Danny Brown does streams too, or he would stream before, and like these rappers and stuff like that. So I think it's cool, and I hope more entertainers, not just rappers, but just entertainers, because there's a lot of people who are in the movie industry or actors or and things like that they're also game. So I just want everybody just to like just come on out and just like, yo, we play video games and it's cool, like it's no big deal.
I mean, it's serious when they start having like literally NBA 2K leagues and just like real money being made.
Oh yeah,
for them playing that. Like they be like in arenas. It's like announcers talking like about the game, like it's going on, and like you got like 5 guys on one side of the thing playing, and another 5 guys. Like it's serious when I started seeing stuff like that, and money was being made. Man.
Yeah,
like,
they're literally getting like ESPN coverage. And,
yes,
like
yes.
this is considered a legitimate sport. And like I was saying, like now even in high schools they're considering it an actual sport, for extracurricular sport, where you can like have a team and you can go to matches or games and get scholarships for that. So now I think they just realized that the money is there and it's a reason to back it now. And so now it's pretty much full-fledged going all in. So Drake investing isn't surprising to me because he's just making a business move, and he's familiar with the space. He probably got a lot of positive feedback from that Ninja stream.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I actually checked the stream out because like I was just seeing it all over the place, and like those numbers did not drop. And then Travis Scott showed up in the stream, and all these. So like just imagine how many people just like, you know, just was watching that at one time, and the amount of money that was just being generated and popularity that just spun from that. So yeah, they know what they're doing. So it's cool. I'm with it.
I mean, you can even call Dead End Gaming a spin-off of Dead End Hip Hop.
Yeah.
So hip hop gaming crossover.
Exactly.
So yeah, buddy, we getting meta on this bitch.
There you go.
Okay, so I know. Did y'all hear about the Borderlands 3 coming out and stuff?
Yeah, man.
Did I text that in the thread, like my
I
excitement?
think so. Yeah.
I remember texting that in the thread, like my excitement for Borderlands 3, because I saw Gearbox earlier in March. They tweeted out a picture. It just said March 28th. So I'm like, oh man, like me and my homie was texting like, man, I think they about to announce Borderlands 3. They about to announce it. So then like the day before they had like Mayhem Begins and all that stuff. So I'm thinking like, wait a minute, it's called Borderlands Mayhem? Like, is it 3? Because I thought it was going to be like that prequel sequel game that they came out with. So I'm like, oh man, I hope it ain't one of those games, like a spinoff game. But then when I saw the announcement, Borderlands 3, and I was like, yes, it's finally coming. It's finally dropping. And we still don't know a release date. I still don't know what's the release date on this game, but my excitement for Borderlands 3 is like, this is the only game right now that can kind of take me away from Division 2. If it was to drop like tomorrow, I would be like, okay, I gotta kind of like, I got some thinking to do here. Like I gotta kind of figure out how I'm gonna manage my time and put in work on Borderlands 3, and then also still play Division 2. But I'm assuming it's gonna come out in fall. I think it would be smart for them to release this game in September.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I can't remember where I saw this, but when I was looking online earlier, that there was something that somebody saw, like a screenshot, or like somebody posted some shit by accident, and that it was pointing to like a late September release date. It was something was put up somewhere and then snatched down real quick.
Oh, okay, that's smart. I hope. And I think we're supposed to find out. We're recording this is April 2nd, but we're supposed to find something out. I think April 3rd. Last time I saw it. So I think we're gonna know something when it's a release date for it. Which, like I said, in my opinion, I think it would be smart if they just hold off until September. But I mean, if it comes in June or July, whatever, I'm getting it. I'm getting it day one, and I can't wait to play it because Borderlands 2 is like. That's like one of my favorite co-op games. Like I used to love playing Borderlands 2, and all the extra DLC stuff they added to it. That game was the shit. So they knew. That's why it was a big gap between Borderlands 2 release and this game, because it's like they had to get it right. I thought they was gonna wait to PS5 to release it, but I guess they're making a last push for this system, this PS4 gen systems. I guess to kind of keep it going. But either way, I'm excited. They're gonna have a billion plus guns. Cause it's like guns galore in that bad boy. I saw some old characters they gonna bring back and some new ones. So I think it's just dope how they just kind of incorporating everything in this Borderlands 3, man. So I just hope they have some. It looked like they have some dope villains too, some dope boss fights. So I can't wait. Like I saw what I saw. I don't need to see anything else. I don't want to see no more trailers, no new trailers, no new gameplay or nothing. I just want to just wait till the game come out and just be involved and just soak into that game. Like I can't wait.
I've actually never played any of the Borderlands. So like, what's it about, or what's the pull or the allure?
Well, I mean the story is so crazy. But you pretty much like this vote hunter. You on this planet called Pandora. Maybe I'm talking about the first one, the second one. Well, yeah, the second one still got Pandora on there too. But you pretty much these vote hunters, and you gotta hunt for some type of mysterious treasure, from what I remember. And it's been so long since I played Borderlands 2. I'm trying to remember the storyline. I can't believe I'm forgetting. But I know you a vote hunter, and you playing. It's a 4-player co-op. You can play up to 4 players, and they got 4 different people. They got 4 different skill sets and all that stuff. And you just pick your person that you think you might have. They got a skill tree, just like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
You got like skill trees, and as you keep fighting and you level up, you start off from level 0, and you can level up as high as like 50. And I think when they added on DLC stuff, you can level up higher. But yeah, it's pretty much an RPG first-person shooter game. Like that you playing.
Like the trailer looks really dope. Like I checked out the trailer when they first dropped it because everybody was talking about it online. I was like, oh, this looks cool. It's just one of those things like, okay, does it look so cool that now I want to go back and play the other one so that I can play this one when it comes out? Or
I mean, it's really not one of those games where you have to play the first one to be like, I mean, once you start playing Borderlands 3, you're just gonna be hooked onto that particular game. You don't have to be like, oh, Roland, he's from the first one. Like you're not, you don't have to play unless you're that type of person where you gotta, just play them in order. But for the most part, you can go right into Borderlands and just start playing right away. Same way with Division. Like you don't have to play Division 1 to like get Division 2 or know anything about that. You can go in Division 2 and start playing right away. So.
Okay, so it's not super story heavy then. It's really just kind of more like action
packed guns and special abilities and stuff like that. And yeah, it's one of those. And it's like I said, it's one of those games where it's definitely fun when you're playing with friends. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's on Game Pass, but like B said, it's way more fun when you play with friends. Playing it by yourself, you don't really get the entire experience.
Right.
And I didn't really give a shit about Borderlands 3, and then I saw I've played Borderlands 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw the trailer, I'm like, yo, this shows, like, again, that personality. You remember when you were, like, it was at the time you were playing Destiny, I think, and we were talking about games you want to come back. You said Borderlands, and I'm like, well, you already got Destiny. He was like, nah, man, that Borderlands, it just hit different.
Yeah, it does. It does, man.
So, yeah, I'm happy for you. You got another game.
Yes.
Coming out.
Yes.
Next up, Turret.
You stupid.
Granddaughter.
I think this next topic is something that me, Granddad, and Tyler would love.
Yeah, Granddaughter. What's going on in Mortal Kombat?
Well, they just announced a new character, Cetrion. And she looks pretty interesting. So I'm gonna just say interesting because there's a lot of things I gotta say about her. First of all, she looks like, from what I know, she's an elder goddess. So she is the first elder goddess ever like physically shown in the entire lore of Mortal Kombat since it's been around, which I think is really cool. And she's apparently, from what I got, like Mother Earth, because she has control of all the elements. So earth, wind, fire, water, which makes her crazy when you see her trailer because like she incorporates them all in her moveset. So she's throwing rocks at you, she's burning the shit out of you. She can like shoot like water at you and then freeze you in the middle of the air.
And like have grass like come from the ground and snatch you down.
And like snatch you down and like little like poison ivy type of shit. So I was like, this is pretty much like, if I could just liken it, like it's like Tremor plus Rain plus Fujin plus a little bit of Scorpion rolled into one is Cetrion. And she also, low-key, this is what I saw, she looks like Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, like a little bit. Like if you look at her, like I got these vibes, like she's like Aloy, like somebody was playing Horizon when they were designing this shit probably, but she looks dope. She looks like a keep away type, keep you out, not spammer, like, zone heavy character, but like just kind of keep you away. But if she gets in, she looks like she can also do some crazy damage. But I'm interested. This is the first new character they've announced for Mortal Kombat 11, outside of Garrus, of course. But and I just really want to just see what her combat cast stream's gonna look like. I want to see what her moveset really does do, like as far as like how they explain her, gear system and whatnot. And just her fatality is pretty cool too. But I also hear people saying she gives off some real Injustice-like vibes. Like she seems better fit for someone who'd be in Injustice, which I get because people saying, oh, she's like Poison Ivy, or her fatality.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, she looks like Poison Ivy.
Yeah, they say like she looks like Poison Ivy, or her fatality looks like a super move that just ends up killing somebody, which I get. But I mean, it's just one trailer, so we just got to figure out how she fits into the whole story of Mortal Kombat, as well as just how she plays when she's available. So I'm open-minded with this, but I'm gonna try her out. I'm always gonna, I'm open for new characters. So, what y'all think? Well, did y'all see the trailer?
Yeah, her moveset looked really dope, like you said, and it kind of like unexpectedly, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of vibe with this, like throwing rocks at people and snatching them into the ground. Like her moves look dope. The thing that kind of cracked me up about her though is like her whole stance. Like she looks like she's like a fucking bastion of peace or something, but she's fucking you up and throwing stuff at you. That was like really funny to me. That every single time you're not like fighting her, she's just standing like, and she's looking all like divine and I am a goddess.
Like, you
and
really don't want these problems, but if you do, you must know I'm a goddess. Like, come on. So like, and I picked that up too. That's just dope. So it's just unique. It's just unique for Mortal Kombat to do something like this. Like, cause she really does it like a DC type character, but like, I just want to see how she just fits in the story. Like, because I know she's going to play a huge role. I just got a feeling she's going to play a really huge role in the story. But
one thing I can say about this Mortal Kombat, they are rolling the hell out of this game. Like
For real.
like for them showing all the different characters and like every character that you see in all they moves and stuff. It makes you want to like try to learn them. Like even though you probably never played with them, it's like I never, like you said about Johnny Cage. You're like, I never really fuck with Johnny Cage, but watching that video, like I really want to like that makes you want to play with him because it's like, damn, he got some dope ass combos. So seeing her, I'm like, man, like it made me want to like try to learn because I feel like you can fuck some shit up with her if you learn her right and you get her going. But yeah, it just makes me even more excited for Mortal Kombat 11 to drop. I can't wait. That story, it just made me think about the story. Like when I saw her, I'm like, man, how they gonna put her in the story? Like this game about to be crazy as far as story wise, man. But I can't wait. But I'm excited for it.
Raiden, little sister.
Is who?
Raiden, little sister. I'm fucking with y'all.
Tried it.
Ah, she above Raiden.
know.
She an elder guy, like
I know.
That's probably,
right, she above.
That's probably Raiden, big sister, if anything.
Right.
Like,
What about you? What you think about it?
It looks
With
dope.
non-Mortal Kombat. I'm just playing.
it's dope or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I maintain like basically like I'll watch it and I'll enjoy the spectacle of it. The fatality looks crazy. Like it's like the most overkill of and fatalities are overkill already in modern Mortal Kombat.
Cut off his mic, please.
You taking offense
Tell
to
him,
like
Ty, tell him.
not insults?
You said that fatalities are overkill.
Yeah,
That's an insult.
that's not an insult.
Overkill has a very negative connotation.
Not when we talking about Mortal Kombat. Now we literally talking about murder. So they were playing Mortal Kombat 10 last night at Controllerize. Homie, and you can probably tell me which character this is, Willie. Homie cut off the person's head. At that point, they're dead, right? And then shot 3 arrows into the skull.
Takeda.
Yeah.
Takeda. All right, that's overkill. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but he's already dead. It's literally overkill. It's like
It's boring though. Like you just cut his head
I
off and then
know.
that's it.
I'm not saying
That's not the
I'm not
point.
saying it's a bad thing. I never said it was a bad thing. It just got taken offense to, but I didn't mean any offense. But anyway, I was just saying that the shit is like that shit is crazy, but that shit is dope, man. That's all I was saying.
Like you said, like the way all the characters, like the way that they're rolling everything out and, announcing characters, and then you get to see the trailers with the gameplay and the fatalities, it really makes you, because like thus far, like in Mortal Kombat, I've always kind of had my mains, like, especially when I used to play like Mortal Kombat 3, because like that's still one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. I would bounce around with maybe 5 or 6 different characters, but I still always play with those people. Like they're just some people I never touch, like Johnny Cage, like Sonya, really. And so like now, watching the trailers and seeing the gameplay makes me want to be like, okay, I'm actually going to try every single one of these characters and see how I feel about their play style and just learn their moves, and just because, it's dope. Yeah. And I feel like they're doing a really solid job of like promoting like Mortal Kombat 11, like for that reason, if nothing else, because it's getting people excited about it, and it's also the people that would be excited about it anyway have new shit to get excited about, like, oh, now I'm excited about trying this character out. So, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna give her a try, because kind of going back to what I said, I kind of identify with her because I feel like I'm a bastion of peace, yet if you come for me, I will fuck your shit up. So like, yeah, just
So Tyler's found her main already, y'all. So when you go online and you see her name, you know who she picking. You better be ready. She throwing rocks and water and burning niggas.
Like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
She's gonna be playing Reasons in the background. Like.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're having nightmares and shit.
Do we want to talk about the GameStop thing?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It wasn't on here. Go ahead. You got it.
Last minute.
Yeah, so apparently it came out today, like GameStop released some of their financial information for like, quarters thus far. And they just, I think it was $673 million. Like they're at a $673 million loss. And it's like, damn, that's a lot of fucking money.
They're going down.
Somebody getting fired tomorrow.
You think they're going to survive this year?
With a loss like that, they probably got a year. Shit. Like, that's more than $500 million you just lost. And you got to worry about maintaining a nationwide chain that's already been failing. It won't look good.
They might be done by September.
I don't know why whoever was running that company, the CEO or whoever, I don't know why they stayed like stagnant. Because you can almost see the writing on the wall if you think about it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to look ahead and predict the future. And everybody knows what happened to Blockbuster.
Yep.
It's like one of the greatest fails in business history. You know, a chance to get into the digital space before anybody else, mail to order. You got a chance to buy Netflix. We know what happened. So why they refuse to move and pivot towards something makes no sense, especially when they were thriving at a time when they were like one of the only game stores around. Like everybody, like GameStop is kind of like Toys R Us. They did the same thing.
Yeah.
They failed. Amazon put them out of business. As a matter of fact, if GameStop was smart, they could have bought Twitch. I don't know if they had the money, but they could have bought Twitch. They could have done something to maintain their presence in the gaming space. So now gaming is about to take off and be bigger than it's ever been, and they won't be a part of it.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I think as long as they can, and I think they will. I think they'll be fine for at least a few more years once the new consoles drop. That'll bring in some revenue, but between that time, I don't know.
I don't think so. And the reason why is that most people do their shopping online. And I don't know if new consoles will be enough to make up for $500,000 or over $500,000 that they've lost. Like, that's significant. So they're going to have to definitely fire a lot of people. People probably going to go to Amazon to buy their console or whatever.
I brought PS4 on Amazon.
See?
When PS4 first dropped, I pre-ordered on Amazon.
And I haven't bought a console from GameStop in years. Like Amazon, I bought my Switch at Walmart actually because that was the only place that had one near my house. But then I bought my PS4 on Amazon too.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Walmart, you got Best Buy. Best Buy did a good job of maintaining over the years when Circuit City was closing.
I forgot about Circuit City.
CompuCenter, whatever it was called.
CompuCity,
something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they went down, but Best Buy's still here. And and the women took over and they started running the hell out of that shit, and they brought it back to life. GameStop just didn't make great decisions. So you bought yours from Walmart. I go to Best Buy. You bought yours from Amazon.
I still go to GameStop, but it sounds like I'm the last of a dying breed. Like I got my Xbox One because I got that when Fallout 4 was announced because like before that I just hadn't upgraded yet. But then when they announced Fallout 4 and they said that was only going to be on like the next gen consoles, I'm like, well, okay, well that'll be it. And so I went and like pre-ordered it at GameStop and everything, and I went there at midnight. It was like when it came out, and I got like a special like Fallout 4 edition like Xbox One like bundle. So. And I still go to GameStop here and there only because I really like to have, especially for games that I'm anticipating, I like to have like the cover art and the cases. Like I'm still that person. But if I'm in the minority, then like and it sounds like I am in the minority because GameStop is like going under.
And I'm like that with you too as far as having the physical. But the first time I've done digital was when I purchased Division 2, and I can say that was a nice, easy process. It really was. I can't front. They didn't charge me tax. I got charged only $59.99 straight out. No tax or nothing like that. The game came out Friday, so by Wednesday evening, it was already pre-downloaded on my system. So come right at midnight, I can crack that sucker on and play it. I was like, man, this is my first time not even buying a physical copy of a game.
You don't have to get up to switch.
And I ain't had to get up to do
Not
nothing.
like you would switch from that fucking game. Anyway.
I mean, I didn't have to do anything. I was just like, boop, boop, boop. Play it right at 12:01.
An external storage is cheaper than it's ever been right now. You can get a 6 terabyte, I think I saw on Fat Kid Deals for $99. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might be going the digital route. This Division 2, the way this Division 2 process went for me, it was smooth. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to order it because, like, if I'd have ordered on Amazon, it would have came the day that Friday, but I'd have to wait till like 2-3 o'clock for my mail person to get there and deliver it. Where it's me getting it digital, it was ready right at midnight. Like I can go in and play it right away because it was already pre-downloaded. So, because then when you get them physical anyway, you got to download it onto your system anyway. So
Right.
I'd rather
have it pre-downloaded on my system 2 days before. So come midnight, I can just be like, cool. Or whenever I wake up or come home from work, I don't have to worry about, I got the game. Now I got to put it in my system. Now I got to wait another 2 hours to install it. Like it's already there. So this Division 2 kind of fucked me up, this experience.
No, that's real, especially in this day and age, like you said, where just like put the game in and it comes on. Like you have to like install it and possibly have an update. And so I remember actually going back to the Fallout 4 story when I was so excited to get home and play it, and then I just wasn't thinking about the fact that we're in the age of updates and installations, all that shit. So I I had to wait like a half an hour, and I was just like
You're
pissed.
so anxious. You like ready to play.
And
so.
it's like 1:00 in the morning at this point, and I'm tired. I mean, I ended up being up until like 5:30 playing
the game.
Oh, that's nothing.
Did you have work the next day?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a night owl.
So am I, but 5. Jeez, okay.
Get it in when you get
You a
in.
trooper.
Yeah, but
I think my oh my bad. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I think my longest gaming session like total was like 15 hours like straight.
I
remember. Yeah, I was back in Detroit.
It was a lot. Shit.
I was back in Detroit for I want to say maybe it was Thanksgiving or something like that because I remember the Michigan versus Michigan State game was the next day. So I started Friday night at 9 p.m. and I was going until the Michigan versus Michigan State football game came on at noon the next day, and then I turned it off to watch the game because otherwise I still would have been on it. No, this wasn't Fallout. This was Saints Row 3.
Okay.
Oh, you love that game too. Yeah.
So that's my
15
longest 15 hours.
No, boy.
Like at some
Put
point,
all
my
of us
mind
to
won't start
shame.
fucking functioning properly. I'd be like, I can't think straight. Like after like probably, I think the longest I played straight was like 7 hours, and then I was like, yo, I can't do this no more. I gotta like set this shit off because like even if I love a game, I can only play it. Like I gotta get 3 to 4 hour period when I'm like honed in, and then they'll start to taper off. I'm like, all right, I can't do this. Like I gotta take a break and chill out. But I'm like 50-50 now with the whole digital physical thing. Like So I pre-ordered, and I still go to GameStop for my games sometimes. So I pre-ordered Mortal Kombat and Days Gone at GameStop. So and I got Division at GameStop too. I did it all at one time. So and those are all gonna be physical, but I got Smash for all digital, like for my Switch. Like most of my games on my Switch are digital, like because it's on the go. So it's like, but like you were saying, it's an easy process. Like when I got Horizon on the PS Store and I just downloaded it. And usually what I would do when I would get like midnight releases, I know it was going to have to download, so I would just get the game, pop it in, go to bed or go do something else, and then I just play it the next day. Because I would be like the same way, be just pissed off, be excited to play the game, and then I got to wait an hour. And by that time, I'm like, yeah, I'm not that excited no more because like I had to sit there and wait for the shit. So like that initial like, yo, let's crank up the game, pop it in and play, we don't got that no more. So I feel you on just having it already ready to go the moment that the game comes out, boom, it's ready for you. So I might make that transition. It's gonna be slower for me, but if GameStop shuts down, then it'll be a lot faster because
When
not if when GameStop shuts down.
But that's actually like a really legit selling point for me that I hadn't thought about previously. Because like I said, I love to have like physical copies of stuff, but especially with games where there's a really heavy like online component or when you're playing against other people, like you don't want to miss that hour where like other people are starting to like get good or like find stuff. So like that's real. Like that's actually something that I would think about as it relates to being able to have my games preloaded already.
That's all right. All the consoles ain't gonna have no disk drives soon anyway, so we ain't got no choice.
Yep, we're gonna be in the cloud, baby.
Yep.
In the future. Okay, cool. So yeah, man, hang in there, GameStop. We still need you because y'all be having some crazy Christmas holiday sales where you
They
just
do.
be
They
giving
do.
They
yeah.
do.
stuff away.
They do.
I'm gonna
Black
miss
Friday
that.
don't be no joke over there. I'm like, yo.
Bro, man, they be holding it down.
And pre-owned games are still like a thing for me. That makes me want to go there because once they go out of business, like where else will we get those?
That's what I'm waiting for that going out of business sale. I'm gonna be there front and center, like, yo, what y'all got for sale? Y'all don't need this shit no more. I'm buying consoles, I'm buying games, shit I don't even need. Walk out with 3 PlayStations for no reason. These bitches was $50. What the fuck you mean?
Yeah, right. It's time to guess game.
Guess my game.
Guess my game.
Guess my game.
Guess my game.
So, in this game, you can shoot rocks out of your torso, and they get bigger as the game goes on.
Shoot
Teenage
rocks.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No,
So it's an Xbox exclusive.
no.
Oh, what?
I like how that's the first thing you went for.
Is the game, I'm gonna use your question, is it within the last 10 years?
No.
Okay, it's old joint. Okay.
Shoot rocks out your torso.
Rocks out your torso, and you
gets
get and
bigger.
they get bigger, or you get bigger.
They get bigger.
They get bigger.
The rocks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is the game on consoles?
Yes.
Whoa. What the hell is going on here? What's the guy? What's the Marvel guy that made out of? Is it the thing?
The
The
thing.
thing.
The thing doesn't shoot rocks.
The thing
not
doesn't shoot rocks out of his
Fantastic Four.
chest though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it one player game?
No.
Is it a fighting game?
Yes.
It is.
Clay fighter?
No.
It ain't Battletoads.
Just to clarify, one-on-one fighting game.
Yes.
I'm out.
Primal Rage?
I was just about to guess that.
No.
No.
I was just about to guess
I'm
that.
because it ain't one of the mainstream joints. It ain't. I know that. Rocks out your torso and they get bigger.
What system is this on?
It's not a yes or no question.
Oh, is it on? Is it on PlayStation and Xbox?
No.
PlayStation 2?
No.
You don't run through all the consoles.
I know, right?
Super Nintendo.
I mean that can help. That can help. Right.
Atari 2600. No.
Nintendo 64.
No.
Damn. What game is this? Yeah, she got your ass now.
She got me right.
Yeah. You thought you was the only one
I
being
should know this
undefeated.
because I play like
You
pretty
can't
much
guess this shit now, huh?
everything.
Now you know how.
Sega Genesis. It's on
Yes.
Sega, it's on Sega
I,
Genesis.
assume,
Okay.
I did assume it was Sega. I'm trying to think of those games right
I
now.
should know that.
Ultra
'cause I
Beast?
play- That's not a fighting game. That's a beat 'em up in a way.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I can't remember.
Shoot out rocks on your chest. Fighting game. Sega Genesis.
I give up.
Ain't
You
Primal
give up?
Rage,
Go ahead and say you
ain't
give up.
Nutty Fire.
Give me a minute.
Because he was so happy
Fucked
last
up
week.
my brain. Hey,
He was happy
I'm
last week.
3-0,
I got
man.
y'all. I got
I'm
y'all.
gonna hold on to that for a minute. I said for a minute, a literal minute.
I think Tyler beat me because I give up. I'm done.
I don't wanna
I'm
give
waving
up,
my
y'all.
white flag.
I ain't trying to give up twice in 1 week. Twice in a row.
We can't be
Does the game
You
have
can't
a
be
sequel?
sitting here.
Does the game have a sequel?
I know, right?
I don't think so.
Nigga, I don't- shit.
Shaq Fu?
Said Shaq.
No.
Hell no.
Can you select different characters in this game?
Yes.
All right, yeah. I give up. I ain't got it.
Y'all give up?
Yeah.
All right. King of the Monsters.
Wow. I would've never-
That was an arcade.
I would've never-
No, to be fair. But
You right. You right. I didn't even think
All
about that one.
Yeah.
which
see?
character?
Like the big rock dude. I don't remember his name, but remember, there was like 4 characters. It's like the one dude looked like a superhero that was like human, and then you had the kind of like dinosaur looking dude, and then like the rock. He was just basically made of rocks.
Yeah, straight rock, dude. Yeah,
No one
I
guessed
know
it.
what you're
No
talking
one
about
guessed
now.
You
it.
would like
chat?
get the little
Chat got it.
Whoa.
Hey.
You was
Yeah.
like super undefeated.
Yeah.
She
And
got
then,
you
like-
beat, brother. At least in the chat, they got your
Well,
game
hey.
right last week.
you like turn
Man,
colors,
nobody-
and the rocks
Why
get
you laughing,
bigger.
kid?
You're
Hey.
like, wow.
Shit. Ken silly as hell.
If she said it was on arcade too, maybe I would have had a chance.
You didn't ask me that. You asked me, is it on console?
I did.
Hey, don't you
Oh.
question? Don't you question?
Question. Don't you do it. Don't you walk down that road.
That's what she's
turn
called
around.
herself.
You
What
better turn
she
around.
called herself the Bastion. What Bastion of Peace?
You better.
But I
boy,
will
you
fuck
better-
you up.
Leave it. You leave that shit alone.
Yeah, you got me.
Comments and questions.
Next segment.
I have played that game though.
Oh man.
That used to be my shit. I used to love that game.
Yeah, I only played it like once or twice. That's why I don't remember it because I didn't play it like heavy. But I do know what you're talking about though.
That's
That was
funny.
a good one.
That is funny.
Thank
That's dope. That's even dope that they couldn't even guess it in the chat. That's funny.
Hold up, bro.
Oh, you no.
Hold up. I'm just reading the chat. I'm about to
trying to
facts
find
only.
one.
I'm about to facts only it. Hold up.
Facts only what? What you facts only in?
You lost.
Are you
We
looking
moving
up?
on.
Give me a
nigga.
minute. Damn.
Damn.
We
Why
need to
you-
jump into
Can I
these
work?
questions.
I
Don't
know,
work.
right?
Yeah, we already lost.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, we good. I just had to verify. something.
Did you look the
Verify
game up?
Yeah.
Koi Kid said it was on.
He looked up the game.
Listen. God damn it. Koi Kid said it was on arcade, Neo Geo, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, and Wii. And since he's on like he's a European, like Mega Drive,
Oh,
Sega
okay.
Genesis,
Yeah.
whatever.
Sega, yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
just double checking. I just had to make sure.
You were double checking Core Kid?
Yeah, I had to keep
Oh.
us honest.
Okay.
But also nobody like you asked Nintendo 64 and like PlayStation 2 and like PlayStation. Nobody asked.
No, you're
somebody
right.
asked
You're
me.
right.
Questions and comments.
Questions and
Like,
questions.
you
and
ain't gonna win.
comments.
Questions and comments,
Right.
nigga. Right now.
Oh. First question comes from GBH Freeco. Do you guys have a backlog of games you need to play? What do you do when your list is too big?
Do I ever not have a backlog? Like,
Exactly.
I can't remember the last time I didn't have a backlog.
Noah is definitely a game that I still have that I have not played yet on my PS4. I mean, it's still sitting there, and I have not touched that game yet. Crazy, but yes, that's a game. That's the game off the top of my head I can remember. That's like on quote unquote backlog.
Is that the only one?
Right now? Yes. I mean, but it has been games before, but like on previous systems
Right.
that either I probably didn't play or I didn't play till like literally like 4 or 5 years after the game came out. Backlog. So yeah.
I would say everything in the past 20 years feels like for me.
Yeah. But look, you just
For real.
touching Last of Us for the first
yeah,
time.
man.
So
Because I think it got to a point where it was hard to keep up because, when I moved to Atlanta, it was either a game or food. So I just couldn't keep up, and at some point it was just like, all right, well, I'll just continue to just get Madden or NBA 2K, and then that fell off. And then once I got behind, I was just like, man, forget it. So, but now that, things are, it was stable for a while in terms of my time. I was able to kind of jump back into it. But yeah, I think my backlog is what actually pushed me out of gaming because it was just so many games I couldn't keep up. Now, the advantage, though, like you were saying, like you would pick it up 4 or 5 years later, the game would be cheap as hell. So that was the good part. I was like, I'll just wait until 2 or 3 years later. I can get it for like $10.
yeah.
But yeah, man. So that won't happen. Hopefully this time, especially when I got 2 young kids that love to play. So.
Yeah, I think, right now it's mostly probably Division 2 because, like, I've just been mad behind on that. I should probably be a lot further than I should have, but I've been distracted by other games. So, yeah, that. Also, Life is Strange. I started that, then I just decided to not go back to it.
Yeah.
I started it, and then I just, like, for some reason, I just did not go back to it. It's still sitting on my PlayStation, and I just have no desire to go back to it for some reason, so I might just go ahead and delete it. But I might try to go back to it. But that. Also, Monster Hunter World. Like, my brother got me that. And I started it, and then it just became like the game is so massive and there's so much to do. I'm just like, and I really just didn't engage with it because there's so many things about it. I was like, and then I just slowly just started to wane off of it, and then other stuff came out, and then it just hit the back burner. So those are probably the only ones I could think of off the top of my head. But usually I try to, when I get a game, I try to beat it like as fast as possible because like that will happen if I just like slowly try to play it. Then it's gonna just end up being in the backlog. That's what happened with Horizon, but luckily I was able to go back and finish it because it was sitting on the back burner too.
That's one I have that's sitting at the house. Like, I may put it on Instagram, the games that I have that's still in the wrapper. Like, I was just buying them. Horizon Zero Dawn, that's one that's still in the wrapper that I have. I'll put that on Instagram. Let me go see what I got.
Yeah, I got a backlog I complain about all the time. It's not something I'm used to because I'm always used to buying one game, beating that game, and then I'll get another game. But now, honestly, since Dead End Gaming, I told y'all like on the first episode I was on, I'm gonna beat Monster Hunter World, and you just I forgot that I had to beat that shit.
It's like honestly, like I forgot about
me.
it too until y'all started talking about backlogs. I was like,
Damn.
shit.
Yeah, so Monster Hunter World, Horizon Zero Dawn, Forza Horizon 4, goddamn Resident Evil 2, Leon Scenario B, Celeste, Metal Gear Solid Rise and Revengeance. This shit I'm forgetting. I want to go back and play Devil May Cry 5 again. I want to play some shit in the future. There's just so much shit, man. I'm overwhelmed. But it's a good problem to have, I suppose.
Man up.
Fuck you. Hey, I'm getting through it though.
Anything for you?
What was me?
Too many games.
My
I can't help I got money, Ken. Goddamn.
my backlog right now is Persona 5.
He gonna love it then. He gonna love it then.
He's like keep it in the backlog too.
Black woman playing Persona 5. It's the best game.
Now she gonna be streaming this shit.
Hell nah, it's gonna be all
I'm
love. It's gonna
definitely
be
not-
all love.
I'm definitely not gonna stream it because you've already like streamed it, so that would be like overkill.
Oh, so bad
You
at
brought it back
overkill.
on you smooth.
Talking about Mortal Kombat.
Hey, great player words, Tyler. Great player words.
But like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like I still haven't really managed to get back to that yet. I bought Assassin's Creed Origins because GameStop was having a buy two get one free pre-owned game sale, so I got that in Overwatch and Persona 5. It still haven't made it to Persona 5 or Assassin's Creed Origins yet, so I have no idea when I'm gonna do that. I also bought Mafia 3 around Christmas because there was a sale on it. Haven't even touched it. Like I don't think I've even opened it yet. Like I downloaded it, but I haven't opened the game. Basically, is what I mean. What else? Division 2. There's a long list.
Yakuza's on my list as well. Forgot about that game.
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Cage Ragnarok. If anybody has played JRPGs, what is your favorite? JRPGs is Japanese role-playing games.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII at the when it came out on PS1. And Nier Automata. Is that considered JRPG?
Is it gotta be like a
would.
game that's like exclusively in
Technically,
Japan,
yeah.
or like what is like, you know, because like technically all games are like, you know, in a way like, you know,
But like,
not all games, but like, you know, like what are they trying to?
like they used to be like, you know, you used to like the turn-based ones. That was like mainly their thing. With JRPGs always turn-based, with
right.
long stories and wild characters.
Mhm.
But now nobody does turn-based no more, so it's harder to like define them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like so.
Yeah, so they say Nier
Yeah.
Automata is
Yeah, they
JRPG.
count
Yep.
Nier.
So that and Final Fantasy VII. When I actually was okay with turn-based style fighting back then, I don't know how I grew out of it, but I hate it now. I do. I really do. So that's it for my JRPG. What? What's so funny?
No, you
That's
just
my
gotta
shit,
went
man.
off.
Yeah,
like-
that's my shit. That's my shit. Okay, that's it. I know what the hell you like.
God damn!
I know what you about to say.
Can
I know what you about to
breathe?
say. I know what you
Can
about
I
to say.
breathe? You don't actually. God damn it! It's goddamn. Got me mad now. It's Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia was, and I've played many JRPGs before. Tales of Symphonia, you know, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy games, but Legend of Dragoon, all that shit. But Tales of Symphonia was that game that showed me that JRPGs didn't have to be my idea of them, and I kind of went into it when I talked about games that I wish would come back. I forgot. I've talked about it before, but it was being able to see your opponents on the map instead of getting into random battles like going into the bushes on Pokemon, because that's always some bullshit. And you're actually engaged in the battle in real time, so you have to jump, defend, all that shit. So Tales of Vesperia streams coming soon. I buy that shit.
So I guess I'm looking at a list of JRPGs because I'm like couldn't think off the top of my head, but you know they had. I hasn't been any games recently, but back in the day, I guess you can consider like Parasite Eve. I did play The Third Birthday, which was technically a JRPG, and that was on I think it was on Vita or PSP. It was the one in the hand.
I think it was on Vita.
Because my brother had one, so I was able to play it. So yeah, that's probably the most recent one. And then, yeah, it's pretty much everything else like was, you know, older stuff, but nothing recent. So there you go for that one.
Nothing, Tyler.
No, not really. I'm kind of like looking at that same list.
Yeah,
that
I'm
you're
like I'm
at,
looking
too.
like yo.
And I actually looked earlier when we talked about what the questions were going to be for today, and I didn't really see anything through my first perusal of it, and I still don't.
Man, Nier Automata was a fun ass game.
Nothing good.
Nah.
I miss that game. I do.
I bet.
That was a fun game right there, man. Yeah.
All right, next question comes from my man, Jay Denham. What genre that you like has been on decline or dead for a while? If you have one in mind, do you think it can be revived again?
Sports.
Yeah, I was like, for me it'd be sports. I would think that's why I'm trying to like get back into playing a little bit. Is doing this NBA 2K tournament that me and FIFA will hopefully get going soon. But yes, for me it's sports, because if you would have told me about 7 years ago that I wouldn't be playing sports games anymore right now, I would be like, you a dead lie. Because Ken will tell you, and a lot of my best friends back at home will tell you, man, I used to get it in on sports games. Madden and 2K. I mean, I play other games too, but like I played Madden and 2K just as much as I played like a Devil's May Cry or, you know, Legend of Zelda, like them type of games. So like, but I was still tough on them sports games. So for me, I would say sports games is dying. As far as the genre of gaming.
So y'all think they're worse than they used to be?
They're just the same.
Yeah, it's just the same. It's just like every year it's the same game with updated rosters, pretty much. It's just like same.
Yeah, I agree, because when I was younger, I played a lot of sports games growing up. I played Madden, I played Live, I played, when 2K first came out, I was playing 2K. I even played, you remember Kobe Bryant NBA Courtside?
Yes,
I had that shit too. That was my shit. So I used to,
Yes.
I used to play FIFA with the homies. Stuff. I used to do all that, but as like I realized these games are just the same over and over again. I'm like, why am I buying the same game?
Yep.
If it's giving me the same shit. So and at that time I also played like fighting games and the role playing games and the shooters. So I just kind of gradually just waned out of playing sports games because it didn't offer anything new to me and nothing exciting. And then my friends and stuff like that, we started to feel the same way, so we just all collectively stopped playing, sports games and just kind of shifted to other genres because they just had more to offer. So, yeah, sports games, and then when they took away, like, the last sports games I was really into was, like, Fight Night and stuff like that. Then when Fight Night went away, I was like, that's it. I got nothing else.
How you going to take away my boxing,
So,
man?
when they took away Fight
Jesus.
Night, I was like, I got nothing else. I'm like, shit, because UFC is just way too involved. Like, I ain't learning that shit. Like, all them clinches and grabs and shit. And, like, fuck that. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. So, yeah. So, sports games got to get it together. Bring it back. Give us something new.
For me, it's beat 'em ups. I know why they don't exist anymore, and that's pretty much because they're short games. You can get like the indie beat 'em ups, and we got Streets of Rage 4 coming real soon. Really excited about that.
Tight.
Yeah.
We got like Scott Pilgrim came out back in the day. Castle Crashers, like newer beat 'em ups, but as a genre in general, like it's dead. Like people aren't hyped for a beat 'em up, and those were my favorite types of games. But they are repetitive and generally short. But that's what I grew up on. That's what you'll see when I play games on Old School Saturday because those were my favorite games.
I ain't gonna lie though, that recent Power Rangers beat 'em up. Which one was that?
Yeah.
That was fun. I actually played that on my channel, and that was a lot of fun. And I didn't expect it to be that good.
I'm gonna tell you how they fucked up.
What?
No online multiplayer.
Yeah,
It's like
but it's
Power Rangers.
Yeah,
it's a
true, but
4-player
what?
game.
You know what? Like I took it for what it was. It's just as a Power Rangers beat 'em up, and seeing it just from that perspective, I got because it was a cheap ass game anyway. It wasn't even that expensive.
It's
So
not.
and just for nostalgia purposes, like it was cool to just play. So I'd say that's the most recent one I played until Streets of Rage comes out. But yeah, I feel you on that because
Power just got a new game out. They got a new fighting game.
it's like a Marvel type joint. Yeah, it's a fighting game. So I haven't played it yet, but I've heard good things.
Trash, but people are saying it plays good.
People saying it plays good, so I might check it out, but I'm still on the fence about it.
What about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I was ever since we got the questions earlier, I was trying to like think of something for that, and I can't really think of any like style of game that, because I mean I mostly play like kind of like action adventure and like RPGs and stuff like that, and that's still very much in the forefront of everything. So yeah, I don't think that there's really any like game styles that I was super into that died out.
Okay. That's the last question, or that
We
was?
have one last
more?
question.
Okay.
It should be pretty quick. Comes from Red Rover. Was there ever a video game or console you really wanted growing up and never got? For me, that was the PS2. I mentioned this like a few weeks ago, but I feel like I missed out on so much shit. Like I was able to play these things at friends' houses, but I'm talking about I missed Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas. I missed out on Tekken. I missed out on Devil May Cry. I missed out on Metal Gear. I missed out on so much shit. And it kind of goes back to that conversation we were having about exclusives and how important they are, because my ass is sitting up here with a GameCube. And, like, I had Resident Evil. I had Smash. I had, Def Jam Fight for New York. I had some cool, Beautiful Joe. I had a bunch of cool shit for my GameCube. But I was missing out on so much shit.
Don't be laughing at the GameCube, Ken.
Are you laughing at Beautiful Joe or the
Laughing
GameCube?
at both. No,
It was a good system.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good.
So I had.
Carried around like a
No,
little
I had them
purse.
all. So there isn't one that I missed out
Yeah,
on.
me
But it was
neither.
just
Yeah.
the fact that he just sitting at home with a GameCube. You know what I mean? When everybody's sitting outside looking at his friends play.
That's what you was picturing. That's what you was
Hey,
picturing.
man.
He
Yeah.
inside with his Game Gear, everybody out with the PS2, having a
Hey,
good ass
man,
time.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. You know what I mean? I got
Eric
all the
V
games now.
explained.
Oh, man.
Now we know.
Yeah.
For me, it was the Sega Saturn. I think I actually told this story the very first time I was ever a guest on here. So basically, I really wanted a Sega Saturn, specifically because of like Virtua Fighter and Battle Arena Toshinden. And at the time, I was like, because obviously I wasn't old enough to buy my own game system. So I'm like, Dad, I want a Sega Saturn. And he's like, well, because it's a 32-bit system and the Nintendo 64 had just come out. And so he's like, well, I'm not going to spend this money on a 32-bit system when there's a 64-bit system. And I'm like, it's not the same at all. Like, the games that were coming out on the Nintendo 64 obviously were very different from the games that we were playing on Sega Saturn.
Yep.
But I just could not talk him out of this, like spending the money on a 32-bit system. So I, got my Nintendo 64, which was cool, but I never got a Sega Saturn. And I actually, like, years later for my like PlayStation 2, because of the backwards compatibility, I bought Battle Arena Toshinden like on PlayStation 1 so that I could play it on my PS2 like years later. And I was like, wow, this doesn't hold up at all. But like I really wanted a Sega Saturn when I was little, for that reason.
Yeah, honestly, because I grew up with a lot of brothers and we were all gamers, so we finessed the system. So we'd be like, okay, you gonna get this system, and then you gonna get this system for your birthday. So we just finessed it. So we always ended up with pretty much all the systems. The only time that I didn't get a system I wanted was when I wanted a Game Boy Color. And my mom got me the regular fucking Game Boy. I was so mad. That was when Pokemon was out, because everybody else had a Game Boy Color. And I was the only nigga with a regular ass, old, thick ass Game Boy. I was embarrassed as shit to go to school and play that shit. Like, oh, I got a Game Boy. Oh, let me see. What color did you get? It's the gray one. And then like that was the hardest first week ever. After that, they clowned me for a week.
It's a great one.
Cause like I had to play in the corner because I didn't want people to see that shit. Cause like literally, I'm having trauma, y'all. Like for real, I was so mad. I was so hot at my mom, but I couldn't say no because I wanted the game so bad. So I was like, fine, I'll take it. Cause she was stern. So I'm not buying you that expensive ass Game Boy when you can get this one. It's the same shit. I'm like, it's not the same. Like just cause it's in color don't mean it ain't the same. Now get the shit or you ain't getting nothing at all. So I had to like, fuck, I get that. But yeah, everything else, like I had Genesis, I had Super Nintendo, I had regular Nintendo, I had PlayStation 1, I had 64, I had all the shits. We even had, she would just buy systems if she can get them for cheap. We didn't even ask for them, she would just buy them because we got a Sega Saturn out of nowhere. She just showed up with one like, yeah, I got this for cheap, so here you go. And, my little brother loved Sega, so he played the shit out of that. I was playing, when Sega Saturn came out, I was playing 64 mostly, so that was my shit. But yeah, it was just like damn Game Boy Color. That's the only one that eluded me. I still feel some way about it to this day, but it's all good.
I still feel the way about my Sega Saturn, so I feel you. Maybe we should make like a support group for
I know,
people.
right?
All right.
Yeah,
that-
I'm about to say I can't think
yeah,
of it.
my
No, I'm
bad.
just saying no. You guys, I'm just like Ken. Pretty much every system that I wanted, I played that I owned. I wanted. Like even when I had to get it myself, I shovel snow, get the money up, and get it myself. Like so, all the systems, Nintendo. I mean, my parents got that for me. Sega, my parents got that for me. But after that, yeah, after Sega, N64 and PlayStation, I got that from shoveling money. And then by the time PS2 came, I was old enough to buy that myself. And PS2, PS3, PS4, and now we're here.
There you go.
All right, that's all the questions. We do have the poll. The question was, is streaming the future of gaming? 67% say yes, 33% say no. Just glancing over the comments, there's people like Diogen who say yes, but I don't want it to be. Drew the Slayer says I don't want it to be, but we got no choice. We got Darian in here says voted yes, but I hope not. So people are I don't know, facing the music, I guess.
Then take y'all ass to GameStop.
Right.
Hey, GameStop,
They're
dude.
suffering. They suffering right now.
Right. Cool, man. Well, that's going to do it for this week. We appreciate you guys watching and sticking with us through the slight technical difficulties that we had earlier. But yeah, that's going to do it for the show. We'll catch you guys next week. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.